Okay, I got one more in me. I got one more in me. I'm super goddamn hungry. It's late at night. I got shit to do tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm not getting laid at this scenario at any point. My life is a waste. Suicide is pretty painless. I ran out of talcum powder, and overall, I don't know. But I can do it. I got one more. I got one more in me. I take a step and oh my fucking... God damn! Yes! My. I'm afraid this really is a small room for the three of us. Would you like to take a seat? I slowly walk to the table and sit down, trying my hardest not to disturb anything along the way. I also can't help but stare a quick glance into Lily's top as I sit. To be robbed of sight would be the most terrible fate. Well now, how about some tea? Hanako, could you please pour? Sure. So would you like... I would love some tea. Do you need a hand? No, I'm fine. Thank you. Jesus fuck. This is getting heartfelt. Lily finds it difficult to resist a smile at her companion's nervousness, something I can't really blame her for. Been a tiring day? Yeah. I relax at my place, opposite of the cabinet. Apparently this is a cabinet. To my left is a blue-clad Lily, and to my right sits the pink Hanako. The tea set in front of the table looks cute as well as practical, painted red with floral motif. It's a real shame that it's floating directly in front of the two people I'm trying to have a fucking conversation with, T. Get the fuck out of here. It's so rude. Fucking God. She breathes in sharply. She must really be nervous, as it's not the kind of thing anyone will worry about. Hanako quivers at a mistake. It's okay, Hanako. There's no need to be nervous. Hanako seems to find some confidence in Lily reassuringly soft-spoken words and deftly pulls the next two cups. Here you are, Sal, Lily. Hanako carefully places a cup and saucer in front of Lily and myself, and I could get used to service like this. Thank you, Hanako. Yeah, thanks. You're welcome. Lily searches for her cup. Upon finding it, she scolds herself intensely. I do the same. This tea tastes somewhat better than the tea we have at the usual. This is nice. It's so different from any other tea I've had before. Looks like you picked the right one, Hanako. You've done well, even if it was a bold move. Hanako's smile returns, redoubled. Even with her bright, blighted face, her shy smile couldn't be called anything but cute. I'm glad you like it. Hanako, finally beginning to relax, sips from her cup. Something about this just makes me think about Lily's question at breakfast. Why am I friends with Hanako? She's a huge bitch. Lily seems genuinely concerned for Hanako's well-being, but it's not like I can do anything to help her. As far as I can tell, her scars don't hold back physically, and everyone I met seems to have overcome their disabilities to some extent. I don't have any alternative motives to hanging out with Hanako. We just share similar interests. Isn't that enough? So, Hisao, are you enjoying yourself? Lily's words break me out of my reverie, and I take a second to reconsider where I am. I'm in a room with two girls in their bedclothes. This is something to be enjoyed. Yes, it's quite relaxing, Lassie. Almost like I'm not in school anymore. Do you do this often? Quite. But not as often as we take tea into the school building. Considering that they do that nearly every day, and they haven't noticed my Sean Connery impression, that's not a big surprise. As I move to take another sip from my teacup, I find it sadly empty. That was delicious. Thank you, Hanako, Lily. You're welcome. Yes, you're most welcome, Xiao. It's nice to have a third person here. We typically play first-person shooters, but now we are... That was a bad joke, and I'm going to stop fucking talking. See, I'm not talking. The joke was so bad. Fuck, now I have to yawn. Pardon me, I think I'm a little tired. I think we're all a little tired of your shit, Lily. My, how astute we are tonight, Hanako. We really should head to bed. We have class tomorrow. Yeah, I should go. Shepard. Thank you for your presence, Hisao. Yeah, thanks. You'll come again? Not even a whole army could stop me. I am God! I am impressed by your determination, Hisao. Either way, you're right. We'd best get going. I stand up and make for the door. Hanako gingerly stands up behind me. I stop and face her. The fuck you want? Hanako, somehow, maybe through the power of soul, and maybe just because she believed hard enough, but she breaks into a funky-ass bass line. I sit and jam for a minute. No, not... This room isn't... It's okay, I was only joking. Oh, okay. Good night. Good night, Hanako. Good night, Hisao. Night. And with that, our tea party finishes. I'm still not sure what it is that Lily wants for me to do for Hanako, but I don't want to let her down. I wait until the... Are you this fucking clueless, you shitbag? Seriously? I'm gonna fart in your fucking coffee so that every time you take a shit, it's doubled through my efforts. I wait until the door is closed behind us before turning to Hanako. Hey, Hanako, you know, you don't have to be nervous around me or anything. I mean, we're friends, right? Right, we're friends. If you ever want to hang out or anything, just let me know. Just need to have chess, right? Sure. But I don't think you'll win. Wouldn't be that fun if it was easy. Hanako seems to give a muted laugh, but she could have just been easily exhaling. Good night, Hisao. With that, Hanako quickly retreats to her room, located next to Lily's. She brings the baseline with her. I'm disappointed at first, but knowing that I'm a soul man at heart, I'll find one eventually. I start to walk back to my dorm, but the simple act of walking seems to drain me of energy. I barely make it to my room before I hit of the wave of exhaustion. I kick off my shoes, fall into bed, fall asleep by the time my head hits the pillow. A ghost turns the light out for me. Thank you, ghost. Fuck, they made this a lot quicker. They must have understood that, not necessarily into playing games for 30 years of backstory. I pull my door closed, ready for another day of classes. Sleep well! Kenji's sudden arrival makes me jump as the music turns on that usually goes, Yo! I narrowly avoid butting heads with him. I know he has poor eyesight, but he knows who I am now. Does he still have to stand this close? Oh, yeah. Like a baby. Damn, why didn't I say that? Have you ever heard of a baby sleep? They scream all night, every night. Babies don't sleep well, ever. Well, yeah, just fuck you, Kenji. That's all that boils down to. Alright, I get your point. It was a figure of speech. Yeah, sure, whatever. Where were you last night? I had a favor to ask you, but you weren't around. For a split second, I considered telling Kenji the truth, that I was spending time with Hanako and Lily. Thankfully, that split second passes as soon as it came. I was just out, checking my local area and stuff. You know, ghost reconnaissance. Good man. Good. I knew you were the type to plan ahead. Anyway, what do you want? I was going to get some takeout, but I needed change. Wait, what? I gave you money last week and you still have not paid me back. I was starting to think you were cool. Kenji fishes around his pocket and produces his wallet. As he counts out the 400 yen he owes me, and I can clearly see at least two 1,000 yen notes. Hey, what the hell? You were borrowing money off of me when you got that much in cash? Kenji guesses a little, realizing that he's been had. Get off my case, man. It's bad luck to break a big note for anything less than half of its value. It's the Taiken's rule. Last night's dinner is going to cost me 7 years of bad luck. 7 years! Don't you think that's enough to help someone out? I'd get a shorter sentence if he stole the stuff. My common sense screams at me to say something at him, but thankfully I restrained myself. Arguing a point like this with Kenji will just lead to further and more complicated discussions. Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe you should plan these things a little better. Now, Kaiba. Yeah, man, I know, but I just got so much stuff to do. It's hard, and he never in around anymore, so I'm on my own. We're supposed to be like brothers in brotherhood, remember? Oh my fucking shit. Oh my ass-baggling fucktards. I know who Kenji is. He's Gimpy from Undergrads. Holy shit. He's exactly the same person. God damn. Global conspiracy and such, I'm actually starting to believe it. Kenji draws closer enough for me to go a whiff of his garlic-tainted breath. You better, man. You're spending less time here. That's the first thing they do. They try to split us up, divide and conquer. Sun Tzu said that. Roger that. Sun Tzu. First he built a boat, and then he crapped on every single one of them. Nah, I'm tired. I stayed up all night just to make sure nothing was going to happen after splitting that note. As rational as ever, I say. Whatever. Night. Kenji scurries back to his room, and I hear him throwing his rocks as I walk down the hallway. And that is why some people can't roll their tongue, and why their second toe is longer than their big toe. Mewtwo! Beams a half-moon smile at us, obviously proud of his explanation of recessive genes. However, no matter how impressed he is at the science that defines who we are, the classroom seems to be reduced to a stupor. Why is it that a bad explanation can make even the most interesting things seem worthless? I can see Mewtwo deflate as he realizes that nothing he said in the past half hour has sunk in. Whisper conversations start to break the silence, and like an avalanche, the noise level in the class starts to rise. Defeated. Mewtwo! Identifies some questions from the textbook and sets the clearing of the blackboard. Almost as if expected, Hanako packs up her things and leaves as soon as people start talking and laughing among themselves. The initial shock of seeing someone play so blatantly truant has started to fade, but it doesn't stop me from wondering. Is she leaving because she doesn't want people to speak to her, or is it just the thought of people around her shattering the peace? Before I can think about the topic any further, the lunch bell rings. I wonder if she was simply taking the opportunity. Oh my god, there's a lot of reading. Ah, Misha's distracted and I grab my lunch. Fuck me. Lily is already at the tea room, sitting out her lunch alone. So, Hanako's not here then. Oh, Hisao, how are you? I haven't met Hanako since this morning, I'm afraid. That's right. Hanako and Lily live next to each other. Somehow I think their morning conversations are slightly more grounded than Kenji's ramblings. That's strange. She left class early, so I figured that she'd come here. She's still leaving class early. Huh? Wait, I read that in the wrong voice. Are you the weird voice, or are you the narrator? Lily's head drops a little, and her tone of voice is notably depressed. It's very reminiscent of someone who's hearing bad news. I was so sure that she'd stop doing that once you two became friends. Everyone has their own pace, I suppose. Well, I was wondering about that just today. Where exactly does she leave? I'm not entirely sure myself. I personally think it's because she doesn't want to be put in a similar situation where she has to answer someone. I have a flashback of my first meeting with her when I thought she looked like a cornered animal. Maybe I wasn't far from the truth. But she seems fine talking to you, and with me, and you're blind, and, boy, am I sure that we're out here, and that she's in there, and that she's the sheriff, and that we're frozen out here, and that we're in there, and I just remembered that we're out there, but what I want to know is, where's the caveman?